Welcome back to iWrench, and we all learn. Yesterday, or the previous video would be yesterday for me, I took out passenger side strut assembly. Had some amusing learning experiences with that. And at the end of that video, when I put everything back together, it didn't solve the problem of my wheel being able to do this, which is not the wheel's fault. It's the top of that strut assembly there. Didn't have my repair manual, still don't have it, but I did go to O'Reilly. Yeah, it was O'Reilly. And had to return the borrowed spring compressor. Was chatting with one of the gentlemen there. He didn't really know or have any suggestions, but it prompted us to look at a picture of one of these assemblies, and lo and behold, I missed a pretty obvious step. Never done it before, so I didn't know I was missing that step, and I was putting it together the way that I took it back apart. So either there's a piece broken from the previous person who drove it and it just wore out and broke, or it was not ever installed correctly after the last person tried to start this job, realized they didn't have the right tools, and just put it back together. Either way, I don't know. But I have learned a valuable lesson. We're gonna take it back apart, gonna figure out what's wrong with it. Hopefully it was just not installed right and I don't have to go buy something. That'd be the best case scenario. We'll find out in a little while. And just to shed a little bit of light as to what I'm talking about, this piece up here, I did take out the 3 nuts. I took them off and I dropped the cap down, or whatever you want to call this, the top of the strut mount assembly. Sure, why not? Looked at it, it all looked fine. Didn't understand, because it wasn't assembled this way and I didn't have a manual to look, and I've never done it before. Didn't understand that that whole piece was supposed to be attached to the top of the strut assembly. Even though I watched an excellent video from John's Never Ending List, very good video. He worked on a Mark II Super, I think. Has a similar strut tower assembly setup. So I learned most of the stuff from his video. Not all of it was direct, but most of it was the same. Went back and rewatched his video and thought, wow, I'm an idiot, because yeah, if you don't connect that to the rest of your strut, it's not going to hold the strut up in place. Again, it wasn't connected before, so I didn't kind of catch that. I just maybe thought the spring was too short. Who knows? I don't know what I was thinking. But this is how I wrench and how we all get to learn. So we'll be back after I get this pulled back out. Oh, hey, I also remembered I did y'all a disservice yesterday. If you're watching this and trying to figure out how to do stuff, I didn't tell you anything about what size bolts I was working with here. And so, I have to remind myself. We'll figure it out right quick together. These, yep, on the back of the caliper, there's 2. There's one up here at the top, another one down here at the bottom. These are both 12 millimeters. Take those off. You can slide the caliper assembly off, lay it on your tire, which is down here for a reason. That way you don't put that pressure on the hose and stretch it out or possibly break it. You do also have to slide the hose out. There should be a clip holding that in place. There's not a clip holding it in place, so I just had to slide the rubber line over once I had the caliper disassembled there. Easy enough to do. And then these big boys up here, these are 19s. So I got a big old 19, and I got a 19 millimeter wrench for the other side. Hold the nut in place, the bolt in place while I take the nut off the other side. That was it. That was actually all I had to do to take this out. Oh, and up on top, I think I remember that these are 14s. Look at that. It wasn't that long ago. Memory's not too bad. So I am going to remove the caliper. I will take out the knuckle bolts there. That'll come out because that's all I had to do yesterday. Craziness. Again, I do feel like there's probably a world in which this tie rod causes trouble for some folks if it's all assembled correctly. I guess we'll find out. If my upper mount is not broken, I'll be putting it back together. We'll see if that causes a problem or not. But for the time being, all I need to do is get the thing back out, look at the top mount, and then we'll go from there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I took this apart yesterday, right? This, to me, looked like a bit of rubber seal in there. Didn't really look like a big deal. Then when I took it apart again this morning, I was trying to figure out why this didn't stay connected, because there is no way to mount this. Then it occurred to me, wow, those two pieces fit together so nicely that rubber looking stuff is actually metal weld that snapped off. Yeah, cool. So it had been installed correctly. I don't know how long ago this was. I'm not sure what size hole would have created this or broken this, but the strut was bad, yes. This was bad, probably worse. So now I'm gonna have to go and find myself another one of these. It looks like some auto parts stores might have them by the end of the week. It's not horrible. I had hoped to be able to have this running and driving this week because we have another car in the shop getting some stuff done that I don't have the equipment to do. So that's interesting, but at least I figured out what was wrong. I did have all the pieces that would have been correctly assembled if I was paying attention the first time and had noticed that this was not right. So I'm not going to compress the spring or anything yet. We'll save that until we've got the correct top strap, top mount part. But yeah, mystery has been solved.